Good afternoon, beekeepers and bee enthusiasts. How you doing? It's another great day at the farm, and we are hanging out. Recently, I went to the old Violet Cove colony that was towards the rear of our property, and I noticed the bees had left and they had vacated, and so I went inside and took a look at the hive, and I noticed there was a lot of honey frames in the colony, and there was like little to no pest on the inside. The honey was, for the most part, undisturbed. So today, we are taking those honey frames, and we are going to basically do like we do in our previous extraction videos by taking the honey, cutting out the honey out of the frames, putting it into our beautiful honey press right here, and then pressing out the honey. It should be a great video. It's not going to be as long as our other extraction videos, but in any case, it should be a lot of fun. Getting honey is always fun. And without further ado, let's break right into it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with our honey production here. So first off, I want to show you a frame that I pulled out, and as you can see, that is some good looking honey on this frame, and it's basically undisturbed. It's in good shape, and I took a little taste test right here, but basically, yeah, this honey is good to go, and there's several frames like this in the hive, and you know, as long as your honey doesn't have a lot of you know, pests and a bunch of bugs and whatnot and junk, then it's pretty much good to go. Because remember, sealed honey, I mean, honey can last for a very long time. So as long as it's not getting, you know, a bunch of insects and stuff eating it and all that stuff, then you're pretty good to go. So this is pretty sealed. I like the look of this honey. So let's go ahead and get set up so we can take it out, put it in the press, and press some honey. Okay, so we're ready to cut into this honey frame. And we love using the honey press because, you know, what we've heard is whenever the press presses the honey and the comb together, it increases the pollen count going into the honey, which is better for you. And we just love the taste of it. So we love the honey press. It's real simple. I'm basically just going to cut out sections of this comb. I'm going to put it into the honey press, and then we'll be good to go. So without further ado, let's get right to it. And I've had people get kind of angry at me before because we press our comb, and they don't like that we're, you know, destroying it or whatever. But you know, I like it. I like doing this way better than using the honey extractor. Let's see if you can see this. Oh. And it's a lot easier for us, and not to mention, I'm not destroying the whole frame worth of comb. I'm basically just taking out the honey section, and I'm leaving the rest, or I'm going to use the rest of the comb in future colonies. So it's still good to use for sure. I'm trying to see if you can see this okay. That's good honey. That's real good stuff. Oh. Now, usually we do our extraction, or our honey extraction in the fall. We always do our honey extraction in the fall. But if there's a colony in the spring that moves out, or left during the winter or whatever, and they, you know, as long as the honey still looks good and it's not ridden with pests and all that stuff, then we will still use it. And what I'll do is I'll take this frame, I'll set it outside somewhere, I'll let the bees collect the whatever's left of the honey, And then I'll just use the frame either in a swarm trap or wherever else, and let the bees build on it. So they could definitely still use it, and yeah, they'll be good to go. Cool. Here's another honey frame. And you'll notice I'm only taking what's capped. I don't really care about that uncapped stuff. So I'll take the cap section, just like that. That's pretty nice. Put it in our press. And just so you know, if you take frames that you cut honey out of and they've still got some honey left on it, don't put it anywhere near another hive or anywhere where you don't care that there's going to be thousands of bees until they clean off every drop of honey that's left on this frame. So put it somewhere where you don't mind there being a bunch of bees, and don't put it next to a hive because you don't want to cause a robbing scenario on that colony. I'll get this last section and then we'll work the press. And yeah, I like using the honey press because you probably think that this is really messy, but sitting there and extracting with a honey extractor, like a big container that spins honey around and stuff like that, that takes a while to clean. And it's a lot of work working with that thing. And I guess the benefit of it is it preserves your comb. That's good. But I don't know. Ever since we used the honey press that we got from Dr. Leo, I've really just fallen in love with it, and it's basically all we use now. Okay. So let's go ahead and get this back in this hive over here. Cool. And let's go ahead and work this press. All right. So it's not going to be a tremendous amount of honey because it was only a few frames. But we're getting kind of low on honey since October, so some honey is better than no honey. So we're very happy that the colony that stayed in that hive left us with something. And yeah, we really don't extract honey very often in the spring, but you know, if a colony leaves and the the honey inside is untouched and there's no pests and stuff on the inside, then we know we can pretty much go in there and get some honey, and it's it's good stuff. So that about wraps up our video. You know, I know it was a shorter honey extraction video, but you know, I only had a few frames to work with, and later on I've got to do a few more. But in any case, that's pretty much it. And we love using this honey press. It's a really cool utensil for extracting honey, and I like the simplicity of it. And as far as cleaning goes, I mean, it's really just as simple as, you know, once we're done using it, taking it outside, take a hose to it and spray it down, and get all the comb and excess honey off of it. And then that's basically about it. It's really easy to clean. This cage will actually come out, and so it's really easy to scrub down, and we like using it. So anyway, that about wraps up our video. We hope you enjoyed, and until next time, we'll see you soon.